From the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Boom! All right, guys, today we got a seed haul from Baker Creek. Yeah, again. This is the third one this year, or not this year, the third one this winter, should I say. And they also got the catalog out. So, guys, get your catalogs if you ain't got it yet. Love the Baker Creek catalog. Even if you don't order something, just get the catalog. It's got the most beautiful pictures in it. Some of the coolest stuff you ever did see. So, check that out. Get this seed haul out of here and go over some of the stuff we're going to be starting here pretty soon. First and foremost, we're going to show you these right here. Now, we won't be starting any of these now, but we will this spring. I'm very excited about these. You ever heard the whole baby corn is a flower or something of that? Well, guys, evidently it's just like we thought it was. It's baby corn. Here it is. Baby corn. It's Shires baby corn. All right. You see the lot number there on the back, so you guys can, so I know what it is. So let's read here. It's 75 to 90 days. Plants stand 4 to 5 feet tall, producing 3 to 4 foot tall stalks per plant, and up to 40 ears per plant. Harvest ears 5 days after silk appears. You can eat them raw, steamed, or in soup, or in stir fry or dry popcorn, or for pop. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Or dry for popcorn. Oh, or dry for popcorn. Excuse me. That's pretty neat. Didn't know that. Oh wow, tiny little seeds. Look at that. Y'all seen that? Tiny little things. It's pretty cool stuff. Look in there. Quite a few seeds in there. It's gonna be fun to grow that stuff. 40 ears. Oh no, I dropped a seed. I'll have to find that. I'll have to find that in a minute. 40 ears a piece. That's crazy. We won't, like I say, we won't be planting any of that right now, but come spring, we're going to be planting that. Here's something, though, that we're going to be growing inside this winter, because I tried last winter outside, and I got some about that big around, and I didn't have them in a greenhouse or anything, so we're going to grow these in the greenhouse. But this is the Saccharajum, I think, or Sakurajima. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm butchering it, so I'll just quit. Giant radish, all right, and you can see here the lot number there. The giant radish of Japan, grown since the 1800s, commonly reaches 15 pounds in its native Japan, but has reached 100 pounds. Superior winter type. So, growing that joker. Now, I have one of these out in the greenhouse growing. You might have seen it on several videos throughout the whole year. It's over a year old now. It is 1 year, 2 months old, so it's 14 months. It's one of these. It's a mammoth red mangle beet, okay? And so, I mean, you can see how big that thing is. I mean, it's huge. You see the lot number there for these. But these grow for 100 days. Well, I've kind of beat that because I've got one that's 14 months old. So, the gargantuan roots grow up to 40 pounds. Mine's nowhere near that big. It's about that big around. With large yields per acre. Popular as livestock feed in the 1800s, it can also be used, picked small for table use. So we're not doing it for that. We're growing it just to be growing it for something huge. And yeah, I'd probably feed it to the pigs or the goats or something. So here's something cool that I want to try this winter time. Just maybe like one plant and then try it again in the summer. Right here. Phil's One Tomato. Now, if you guys are familiar with, there's a lot number, familiar with these types of tomatoes, there was one that is a German tomato, and it's like come and eat all you want, kind of. I can't remember the name of it, something like that, like come back and eat or something, or it's like a traveling tomato or something like that. And what it was is it was multiple tomatoes grown on one tomato, but you have all these little ones. You just pick a piece off, eat it, and then go on about your day, and the rest of the tomato is still there. So that's what this is. And the next one that we're going to talk about, mid-season, probably the wildest, most eye-catching tomato we have ever seen. The semi-determinate regular leaf plants produce extraordinary bumpy, glowing yellow globes. Philip Romans, a tomato breeder from France, pulled characteristics from the rhizotomate or traveler tomato, which is what I was telling you about, to create this fanciful fusion. So it is part of the traveling tomato, which you can find those on Baker Creek as well, if you can get them. They're kind of hard to come by, but they do have the Phil's One Tomato and the Phil's Two Tomato. Oh yeah, you thought there was only going to be one? No, there's two of these jokers. So here's the back of this one for the lot number there. Kind of show you that right there while we read. Mid-season, semi-determinate, possibly the wildest, most eye-catching tomato we have ever seen. This regular leaf plant produces extraordinarily bumpy, glowing green globes. Philippe Romans, a tomato breeder from France, pulled characteristics from the rhizotomate or traveler tomato to create this fanciful fusion. So he made two of those, and I'm thinking about breeding that to something like the Sartre Louise or the Alice's Dream. If you could get that characteristic to be fused and mangled like that with that Sartre Louise or that Alice's Dream, you've done something. Not that this wasn't something, that's pretty cool. I'm not trying to take away from it. That would be epic. So, the watermelon. So guys, I love watermelon. I like growing watermelon. Not many people in West Virginia grow watermelon, and they don't grow them with any kind of success either. This year, we didn't have any. This is the first year that I never got any watermelons to eat. First year that I've been growing watermelons since I started in 2008, got watermelon then, and then I took kind of a hiatus from it, didn't have enough room. Started growing them again in 2020, and grown them for the past 2 years and had good success with them in 2020 and 2021. This was my third season growing them. I had zero success. Now, I did get some of the giant ones, to scale, but I didn't get none of my eating ones. And so I got a repeat on some of the ones that we got for eating. You'll have to check those out when we plant watermelons this spring. But I added on to the collection with this one right here, the Clay County Yellow Watermelon, or the yellow meat, okay? So you can see the lot number right there. And I like rare stuff. So this one right here says an extremely rare heirloom from Clay County. And there's a Clay County here in West Virginia, but this is Clay County, Alabama. All right, no, I like Alabama. I love their football team. Go, Roll Tide. Nick Saban's the best. He's from West Virginia. You don't believe me? Go Google it. That's why y'all have such success. If we had Nick Saban here in his home state of West Virginia, y'all would be saying, go Mountaineers. Hey. All right, so anyhow, an extremely rare heirloom from Clay County, Alabama, grown for at least 100 years. Yellow-fleshed watermelons reach 50 pounds. Reputed for the sweetness and best-tasting yellow-fleshed watermelon. So we're going to find out, hopefully, this season just how good these Clay County yellow meat watermelons are, because I am interested in that. Now, one that we grew this year, but we had no success with, and I was very sad. I think it was just all in where I had them. I tried to grow them on that trellis over there, and nothing on that trellis grew. The cucumbers, I'd never had cucumbers grow so bad. Cucumbers didn't do no good, and the watermelons didn't do good. None of my melons did good. And usually, I can grow cucumbers like crazy, I can grow melons like crazy, and watermelon like crazy. The cantaloupes, none of it did any good. All right, and I think it's over there because I got it on that side of the yard. It's just a bad place for it. We'll figure that out and get that took down and move it somewhere else in the yard. And we'll have an epic time next year, but that's for a later date. Right here, I tried them this year, the Royal Goldens. Now that watermelon right there, if you look at a watermelon and you say, hey, I want to grow a watermelon, you say, that thing there looks exceptionally cool to grow. And here's a lot number, but I'm going to tell you more about it here in a second. Reason why you probably should grow it. So we all know that we have these troubles, at least I do, trying to read the tendril. And then I'll pick one and I'll say, man, that tendril's been dry for 2 weeks now. And it's gone, gone, gone. You know, the tendril right before the fruit. You know, they say, hey, if the tendril's black or the curly Q, whatever you want to call it, you got that tendril there and it's black and gone. You probably can pick that melon and eat it, and it'd be a good watermelon. Well, I've picked many of them, and that ain't always true. That's a good watermelon. Anyway, you cut into it, it's too late now. You done did the damage, and you should have left it on there for probably another week or two. So, and then you got that weird area where if you leave them on for too long, they end up rotting. And it's just, watermelon growing is a real kind of you gotta know what you, not know what you're doing, but it is kind of tricky, right? So anyhow, this kind of helps taking the trick out of it. This is a beautiful heirloom, once offered by the Wilhite seed of Porterville, Texas. The most beautiful watermelon we carry. The rind turns brilliant golden yellow when ripe. Guys, there would be no question about tendril reading or any of that if this thing turned golden when it's ripe. So, I wanted to try that out. Didn't get any. So that sucked. And my silver Yamamotos, we didn't get any of those. We didn't get any of these lemon drops that we're getting ready to talk about. Maybe next year. But like I said, I think it's all of them grew good. They were nice looking plants, but I think it was just the area, just where they were at, was not conducive to growing any kind of cucurbit, whether it was cucumbers, watermelon, or cantaloupes or any of that. So here it is, the lemon drop. Right there, you can see that it's a personal size, and that's another thing. I like growing smaller watermelons. That way, it's a personal size. It just makes it better. It's better to sell. It's better to eat. It's just all around better. There's a lot number for it right there. Now, this is it says, like striking gold, this glorious gilded watermelon is pocket-sized. With vigorous growing habit. Each vine blossoms and provides 1 to 2 pound fruits with flavor that is unparalleled, candy sweet and crisp texture. So we want to try that joker out again next year, and we're going to see if it is or isn't. Now, adding on to my crazy addiction, love, whatever you want to call it, for peppers, all things peppers, and growing different ones and breeding different ones and having fun with it, right? I love peppers. It's just something about having fun with them. You can have a lot of fun with peppers. You crossbreed them, all kinds of stuff. We got these here. I think it's Buquino, is how I think it says. Buquino yellow. And so here's the number for it, the lot number there. But it is a 80-day tiny yellow Brazilian pepper, tangy and sweet with just a hint of heat. One plant will produce an average of 100 little peppers and will grow up to 24 inches. They can be eaten fresh, but are really preferred pickled in vinegar. So y'all know how I am about my little tiny peppers like this. And I've never had one that's been tiny like this, just produced 100 peppers. It's usually so many peppers you can't even keep up with them. If it was 100 peppers, I'd be like, what in the world's wrong with a plant, right? It's going to grow more than that. But I thought that would be a good one to add. I have the white Buquinos in there, so I thought the yellow would be good to add too. So, next one that I added to it is the habanada. I think is how you say it, habanada. So it's like a habanero and a banana cross. There's a lot number for it right there. They look good. They look like some good peppers. But it's bred by well-known organic plant breeder Michael Mazurek. Has all the fruity and floral notes of a habanero without any heat. Stunning tangerine color. So for those of us who can't eat as hot as stuff, I can eat pretty hot stuff, but so I burn people up with stuff. So you got to kind of watch it. Now we have some free Merlot lettuce. That is, I loved it. Loved growing it this summer. It grows great. We'll plant some more of it here this winter, I'm sure. But it grows really good here. There's a lot number there. It's reputed to be the darkest red lettuce in existence. Frilly leaf margins, crisp, waxy leaves recommended as a cutting type for baby greens production or cut and come again harvest. So it's good. Stick it right there. Now, y'all know I already got the walking kale, right? It's good. You make a cane out of the stalk of it, right? It's pretty cool. I'm gonna try to grow a world record with that next year. Well, we got this one right here. It's the 1,000 head kale. All right, look at them leaves. Them things are massive. You see right there on the back of it there. That's a lot number. So this mammoth-sized culinary variety, leaves are smooth with curled edges, sourced from King's Seed of England, which has been in the seed business for centuries. King's Seed is the last remaining horticultural wholesale seed house left in England and is still a family affair. That's pretty cool. This is even cooler. So, can't wait to grow some of that. Can't grow it in the house, obviously, it's too big. But it'd be very, very cool to grow this spring, late winter, early spring, sometime around in there. Let me see, can it handle frost? Yes, it is frost hardy. So yes, we'll be growing it this coming late winter, early spring. Next is another thing of kale. This is the Russian red or ragged jack kale. I'll show you the lot number there. So this is 50 days, a favorite all-purpose kale variety with eye-catching color and form. Russia is red, very tender and mild at any size, but especially well suited to baby greens. The oak-type leaves of this pre-1885 heirloom variety have a red tinge to it. So those may try some of that indoors. So stay tuned for that. Now, another one we got for a free seed is the Hidao Tiny Bok Choy, which we've had that before. Here's the lot number, and we still got some of those. In fact, we have some of those planted behind me in the Yardcraft right there. So this extra dwarf head of this miniature bok choy are famous across China and the U.S. A staple in many Asian dishes and perfectly bite-sized. It is said to have been grown first in the small Hong Kong village of Hakatao. So that's pretty cool stuff. I love the history of this stuff. Now this one here I seen and I said, I gotta have it. It's just, I got to. It's a little gem lettuce. Ain't that cute? A little gem lettuce. I'll give you the lot number here. All right, so the very small apple green Roman typed heads, excellent flavor, superb heat tolerance, sure to please. Now this, we're going to try to grow like maybe one or two of these indoors just to kind of see how big they get and just kind of test it out, just to play with it some. But I like the fact that it's heat tolerant. My lettuce here will bolt, and so when we plant it over here in this corner of the house where I'm at right now. Literally, if I walked out that window, I'm in the bed for where we plant our lettuce. That's good and bad. Good in that it gets very little heat and it can grow pretty good. Bad in that it only gets about 5 to 6 hours of sunlight and then it's done. So, hey, y'all need to quit. So, there's that lettuce right there, the little gem lettuce. Okay, guys, so continuing on, we have cabbage. This is the Sapporo Giant number 4 cabbage. I'll give you the lot number there on the back. And so I like giant cabbages. Last year we grew, can't think of the name of it right now. I'll think of it in a second. Anyways, this one is a unique Japanese variety since the 1800s. Its average is 17 to 37 pounds and up to 44 pounds in optimal growing conditions. It has natural sweetness and stays tender into its immense size. Be sure to give it lots of space, time, and care if you want to grow to enormous size. Excuse me. So last year we grew the late flat Dutch, and it got big. It was like a 25-pound head for me. I got a picture of it. Like I'm like, oh, you know, it's huge. This thing is supposed to get even bigger. So I'm going to grow both of them out in the greenhouse this winter, and we're going to play around with them and see what we get. I just love growing different things and playing with stuff like that. I have so much fun. So, next up is the basil. I am trying to grow a state record basil. Yes, I know. You say, well, Ryan, don't you got enough records already? No, not quite. I want to have at least half of that record list, and I want my name on half of that list. Not at one, not here and there. I want it half at one time. And so, here we go. We got this basil lettuce leaf here, and this is basil. All right. Here is the name of it there, the lot number. Excuse me. And this says it grows huge, 3-inch to 5-inch leaves, Japanese basil with a great flavor. Now the state record here is 18 square inches. That's how big the basil leaf was that the record I have to beat was 18 square inches. This one, I'm pretty sure we'll get it. If it doesn't, never fear, we have another one, my dear. Right here, the Genovese. So give you the lot number there. There's the lot number of the Genovese. So Genovese is famous Italian heirloom, most popular with cooks. Makes excellent pesto, tolerance to numerous harvests, so you can pick it a bunch. Large leaves, aromatic and tender. So, in fact, I've already got some of this planted right here that I took from the other seeds, and this one will go in that pack, back in that pack to replace that one that I took out. So, I just wanted to get about a week start on it. So, anyhow, next up is the Leeks Bulgarian Giant. That thing is massive. Now, guys, I like growing a lot of different things, mainly because I get bored, right? And so, if I got a bunch of stuff to keep me busy, then, hey, better off. So, here's the lot number right here. I've tried to grow leeks last winter from some giant ones that I gotten from a buddy of mine, and none of them did any good. I mean, they just didn't sprout. So, hopefully these will. We're going to be putting them in those seed trays here in a little bit, and we're going to find out how well they'll do. But these are the Bulgarian Giant Leek. Is a fine autumn variety, popular in Europe, a long, thin, high-quality leek, light green leaves. All right, and so again, you can see the lot number there and everything. But that don't look like no small leek. That's pretty big. Now, they had another one on there, and I almost got it, and then I decided not to get it, and I probably should have got it, so I'm probably going to go back in January and buy it, as well as some other stuff. Just don't tell Annie. So, but we got this. So, like I said, we'll get the other one. I like to play with different stuff. All right, now, when I asked for these, they didn't have them in stock, I guess, or something. I don't know. But they didn't send them with my seeds that they sent. And that's okay. No big deal. So I went on there and I bought these. These were the ones that were missing out of that first set that I got from Baker Creek. And these are the Sunset Runner Beans. Okay, and they just look beautiful. I mean, look how pretty and pink those are. And they just look, if I'm going to grow it, I want it to at least make the yard pop, so make it look pretty, right? And so these will do that. And getting, yeah, that's how I get by with growing so much. I plant pretty things and unusual things. Annie just lets me plant whatever. But you got to use your head for more than a hat rack, boys. And, you know, I'm telling you, the wives like it when we use our heads to plant stuff that's pretty. Then we plant whatever we want. If you're having trouble planting whatever you want, you got to get some pretty stuff. You can plant whatever you want then. So anyhow, this is a, let me show you the back here. There's a lot number and all that. Flip you back around. That's just a beautiful flower. Beautiful flower. The beans are supposed to be really good. It's equally wonderful whether used as fresh snaps, canned or frozen, or as a shelled bean. So you can use them as a dry bean. Pretty cool. So, got those. Last two that we got here. Y'all know that we fell in love with okra this year. Fell in love with it. if I had okra right now, I would fry me up a humongous thing of it right now and get me a big bowl of ranch dressing and sit there and eat me a pile of okra. Never would have thought I would have liked okra. Never. But you just don't know what you'll like until you give it a try. So we gave it a try and we grew. Now, I did not like that Alabama red okra. I'm just going to tell you up front right now. The Alabama red, by the time you thought it was right to pick, you'd pick it, and it'd be that big around, and it was just, I don't like the Alabama red. The other one we're going to talk about here in a second I do like. Now y'all know we already got like 4 or 5 okras already. So here is, to add on to that, we haven't tried this one, and this is the Louisiana 16-inch pod okra. Now, if you're going to grow a giant okra for a record, what one do you want to grow? Huh? What one? The 16-inch, right? Yeah. Here's the lot number right there. And let's read about it here. It's from Evangeline Parish, I guess is how you say it. Sent to us by Cajun and Creole seed collector Kurt Bridges. Large branching plants produce huge yields of truly giant pods up to 16-inch long. So guys, yeah, watch out. You know, y'all thought I had a big one at, 11, I think it was 11 and a half inches this year. Out of the heavy hitters that I grew, you wait till I grow these 16-inch long ones here. We're going to try to push that joker to 24 inches long, okay? That is 16 inches edible, okay? That's edible at 16 inches. And that's another reason why I bought it. I was going to talk a little bit more about this. The reason why I bought this one is because it's 16 inches long, it's still edible. You try to grow a 16-inch one of these heavy hitters right here, it's going to be so daggone tough. You ain't even going to be able to cut it with a knife. There was some of that okra I'd cut at 9 inches long sometimes, and it would not cut with a knife. I had to get a saw out and saw through it. I mean, it was like cutting wood. So these, because we got a large family here, so we need, and if you're going to plant okra, you need to have at least 2 plants per person in your house. I'm just going to tell you that now. That way, when you go out to pick it, you can pick at least 2 pieces of okra per person. So you'll get 2 okras per person. That's just the best. I think that's probably the best rule of thumb there is. 2 plants per person. Probably, if you got the room, it would be better to plant 3 of them per person if y'all really like okra, okay? Like we do here, because we would fix all the okra. We might have, honey, probably 15 or so pieces of okra, and we'd eat it all. Yeah, at least. And so we never got it growing like this, though. It never grew like that. It never had a bunch of them. It only had 1 or 2 at a time that would grow on the heavy hitter. So you only harvested like 1 heavy hitter at a time. It never grew like that. So maybe I had it in a bad location, because all of it was either in the front of the house here was the Alabama red, and on the side of the house there was the heavy hitter. So that might have been my fault. Might need to plant it somewhere else this year, but yeah, you want at least 2 plants for everybody, or per person, excuse me. So this is the heavy hitter, like we've been talking about already. We grew it this year. We loved this heavy hitter one. It tasted phenomenal. There was no nasty, slimy, stringy bull crap. Now, if you let it set too long, yeah, you get a little, but for the most part, it was really, really good. And we enjoyed this one. I enjoyed it a lot better than the Alabama red. Annie liked the Alabama red. I didn't care for it. So, the heavy hitter, right there's a lot number on it. This one is most productive okra we have ever seen. This unbelievable heirloom was selected and perfected over decades by Ron Cook. Not Ryan Cook, but Ron Cook. At least he's a cook. So a farmer in Oklahoma. Too bad you wasn't from West Virginia. No compromise to flavor and texture. Heavy crops of uniform pods. Perfect for pickling and savoring all season long. And I can tell you that this one is a favorite of ours here. We loved it, and that's why we got more of it, so we can grow more of it. And it did grow a 11.5-inch pod. Now, of course, it wasn't edible, but it can grow some really big pods. Some of them we picked, 9, 10 inches, and they were fine. And then some of them you'd pick at, 8 to 9 inches, and they were tough. So I don't know if it's like a day thing, like how many days they are on there. I don't know. It's just, I got to work on the okra. I've never grown it before, so this year coming up, we're going to definitely work on our growing techniques for the okra. It might not grow it over on the side of the house. So we're 7 minutes late for checking out our timer over here for another video that we're doing. So we're going to end this one. Guys, go to Baker Creek, get you some seeds. All right, have some fun. Buy you some stuff that you can get in the spring. Don't wait for spring to come to go buy your seeds. Get them now, because here's the deal. You'll go, and if you wait, you'll wait until spring. Spring will come, and they won't have what you want. And how do I know? Because I've done it. I've waited until spring to get what I wanted, and it wouldn't be there. All right, so if they got it now, you're wanting it, and they got it now, go over there and buy it right now. Don't wait till spring. Just go on ahead and take the hit now and get your seeds if you can, because waiting until spring, you're probably going to be waiting too late on a lot of this stuff. A lot of people buy them up now. And like I say, you can buy things to play with in the house and kind of see what they do. And then you can also get ready to grow some stuff in the late winter. Late winter will be here before you know it, and you'll be ready to grow. So get your stuff and get it ready. Go over to Baker Creek today and find out what you can get your hands on and have some fun, right? So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Guys, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow right here in the Hollers and Hills, West Virginia. Bye.
Don't forget to smash that like button. That notification bell. Don't get the
Good job. Here you go. Thank you.
Don't get the
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And subscribe.
subscribe.